our destiny.
Stay out of my way.
Yukina? Okay, tell me when it's ready. Oh, already. Well, okay. I guess we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Philippines National Mania, now featuring commentary. We are now here into the loser semifinals match. We have X-Very taking on Tenchi. It's already 3-3 right now. Streaming this match, and I need to do this first. Wait, it's on Bluetooth right now. Wait, it's already on a ad right now. We do have a referee. I don't know if this is a different skin. Already, on Yukina, I don't know if you can hear this, but this is our streamer.
What's my view? Fourth one. I have death.
Streamer. I am Marcus Great. Joining with me is Itowachi. How you doing, Itowachi?
Good, I'm good. I'm glad to be commentator.
Yeah, so this is a interesting matchup. We are currently at. Alrighty. Aside from that, like this off-topic interruption, stream was kind of like shaky on my side, but luckily it's back. So X-Very and Tenchi, they're both taking on each other. It looks like X-Very is just finding a bit of finding better consistency onto these LNs here with this hybrid map. I believe. I'm missing a lot of rice patterns here.
Tenchi finding a drop very late. Another one as well. I'm pretty sure that's the deal for this map.
Yeah.
Though the accuracy, Kissoff did drop a lot. The problem is it's super late and the combo cap has not been reached. It's a point to X-Very and it's now 4-3.
Yep. So that is going to be it. X-Very is going to take another point to make it 4-3 now. So with that being said, the question is now, well, what is X-Very going to pick next? Considering this is a break point. No, wait.
Actually, no, it's
Okay,
Tenchi's pick,
geez.
and he's picking.
Okay, I was
picking me too.
Okay, so I was looking at the map on that barrier, and so I thought the last map was Tenchi's pick. I guess the last one was X-Very's pick. So yeah, X-Very getting a point from his own pick. Tenchi's gonna go with SV2. So this is for key 17. So Tenchi, we're going with Tenchi's protect here. And so far, this match has been pretty interesting for those who have just joined in, like me. So it has been an interesting battle to say the least. Tenchi being a prominent LN player. I mean, the first 3 maps were all LNs, and so far it was just X-Very. Well, Tenchi got the first point, but X-Very got the next 2 points. And then the next 3 maps were rice maps, in which Tenchi surprisingly got the better results of it, getting a 2-1 victory over that 3 map span. But now we have seen our first hybrid map, in which X-Very got the point from his own pick. Now we are on to SB, in which Tenchi is very, very strong on SV, but I may have to wonder, does Tenchi really need to go for that protect right now. I mean, I do think he could probably still put up with maybe another Rice map, or say maybe try his luck on LN4 to try to make it 4-4 even against Xberry. Especially since it has been pretty close so far. I don't know if picking SV2 this early is the move here.
I think Tenchi's just trying to make sure he's staying on even ground with Kissoff right now, considering he just lost the last pick. But as we can see here, Tenchi, being the SV player that he is casually. Okay, I just cursed that. He was casually seeing, but now 97.7, still a respectable score on a map like Lattice, of course. Very, very bumpy, and it trips you up a lot. So I'm expecting Tenchi to clean this out, and I'm assuming if I'm not sure what the bans are, is SV1 banned? If not, then Tenchi can easily grab another point with that.
No, SV1 was bad.
Ah, sad.
So yeah, we are now halfway in, and basically, based on the score gap, I mean, it's already pretty clear as to who's going to win this map. But the question now for Xberry is, what map does he want to go next for in this map pool? I mean, we do see that again he has taken 2 out of 3 LM maps, but he did struggle on 2 Rice maps, on Rice 1 and Rice 5, that gave points to Tenchi. I mean, he did win on Rice 2, Destiny Gamma, so I mean, given with a geometry map, I do think Rice 3 might be the move for Xberry.
It's a better option for him, I think, to go LN4, but I have no idea.
But you also have to remember, Tenchi is a very talented LN player as well, being someone who is very familiar with him of how he has played with his role in the Philippines team in 4DM. So even I think LN4 might be a risky option to say the least. But I mean, then again, Xberry did win 2 out of 3 LN maps, so maybe LN4 might be a feasible option. Or I can see Xberry try to go with the hybrid pool, with the hybrid maps again, just to test things out again, perhaps. But other than that, that's going to be it. Tenchi with the when you see it score.
No, we don't see it, Fork. We don't see it, please.
It's going to be 4-4, tied now. It's now best of 5 now.
Emily?
So,
Emily?
so yeah, we're having some slight technical difficulties here, but we should be able to get things back on track soon.
For those wondering why, it's because the stream is displaying a 1st to 6, but it's actually a 1st to 7 because we're in the semifinals. I don't know if it's fixed. It doesn't seem like it's fixed yet, but right now it's just basically it's 1st to 3 at this point. It's all tied up. We just need to change the tournament brackets, or not the bracket, the tournament scoring thing to show 7 instead of 6.
While that match is going on, we do have another match that's happening right now between Silicosis versus Kura in the losers semifinals as well, in which so far Silicosis has gotten the first 3 points from both SV maps, SV1 and SV2. Silicosis got the second break point in Rice 1 from Kura's pick, but Silicosis did give Kura his first break point to now make it 3-1. So now, with that being said, even though the I don't know if the stream is set up yet, but basically the next map is going to be Hybrid 3 Now on the ref sheet it said hybrid 2, so I was a bit confused there, but it's hybrid 3. So macrocosmic modulation by Chakazid is going to be the next map pretty much. So this is going to give an opportunity for either player to wanting to catch up as to who is going to be the first player to get up to 5 points, but Axberry, being his own pick, needs to really utilize on this hybrid map, because Hybrid 3, is this the Ellen oriented map?
I believe it is. I am not exactly sure. Might be tech. I don't remember completely.
Regardless,
Is this macrocosmic?
yeah.
Doesn't say anything on the map sheet, so I don't know. Could anyone in the chat from or in the staff team confirm if this is the tech hybrid or the Ellen oriented hybrid? I forget.
Alrighty, nonetheless, we are back. First to 7 board is finally set up. So here we go. So it is going to be Axberry taking a slight lead over Tenchi at the start, and we're seeing an unusual breaks coming from Tenchi on that LN section right there.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic from Tenshi, but it's still very early. The problem is this map is extremely short in comparison to other maps. It's only what, 2.5 minutes, and another drop from Tenshi is gonna seal.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty much 2.5 minutes, but that's what you mostly think of as like your average length map. So this map is pretty average in a way compared to, like, say, compared from most medium maps I've seen that are around the 150-second map range, pretty much. Both players are struggling to keep up with consistency, but Axberry does find a recent break, but he is finding a bit more consistency compared to Tenchi right now.
And he's already back at the 400 combo mark, so like that break didn't even happen. The accuracy is still 0.9 in favor of Kissoff right now, and we're approaching the last third of the map, and from what I can tell, it just gets a bit tiring. It's the same thing over and over again. So there's no break section in this map.
Yeah, and right now, there's not much for Tenchi to really. There's not much really for Tenchi for what Tenchi can do to catch up. I mean, the accuracy difference is already too great of a difference that we're almost near the end of the map. That it's gonna take like a huge it's gonna take a huge Axberry chain break to give the lead very close back to the blue side, but
Yeah.
it was just one break. So that is just going to be it. Axberry is going to take the 5th point of this match.
By 22,834 points. For a map like this, I'd say both are very respectable scores. A bit of shame that Tenchi didn't get that 98, but either way, those are still very good scores at this level in the tournament. We're already so many weeks in. We're in semifinals. This is still very great with scores. The problem is Xper's consistency. It's much better. Look at the ratio difference as well. You can see it.
Yeah, so now with this in mind, Tenchi's gonna pick LM4 now. So Tenchi going to go back with his strongest skill set, Mappool department, which is LM4. But he does find some pretty mixed results so far in this match. Again, he lost 2 LM maps against Axberry, so this is a must-win map for Tenchi if he wants to be able to stay in this fight against Axberry. Otherwise, Axberry might be able to finish things off with a match point in his hands potentially.
Problem is, it's Bring It On, and people already know how this map's gonna go. It is your classic Denny PX long nose map, and it's the full version, unlike the cut version we saw in Oceania LM33. So basically, we're in here for a ride, Pork.
Yeah, I can see with that, as we are already getting started with this map so far. As we're just seeing Axberry with a huge, with a much better start than Tenchi, but Tenchi is definitely recovering very quickly still. But until then, I mean, well, it really just starts off very fast, and it really starts giving you a lot of notes for you to read. So Axberry and both Axberry and Tenchi are holding FCs right now, which is very, very impressive. But the question is, who's going to stay consistent while also being more accurate for this map? Axberry is still maintaining a 99.3%, but Tenchi is trying to stay between on that 99% mark so far.
99.3 against the 99.07, just under 99. Actually, wait, I don't. Actually, that's very, very blurry. I can't really see right now, but it's fine. It seems like Axberry still has a slight lead, but only by around 3,000 points. So anything can happen. We're only at the first third of the map, and it's still very bursty at the moment.
Yeah, we're just seeing a lot of like these we're just seeing a lot of like these really interesting rice notes being placed. It almost feels like, you know, in a way this is kind of like a hybrid map in disguise as well, but it is an LM map slotted into this map pool. So of course this is more so of like a LN hybrid map in a way. But right now,
like that.
yeah. But right now we are seeing Tenchi is catching up to Axberry. Axberry is dropping accuracy slowly. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if Axberry can hold on, but Tenchi is red hot after his after a unusual start, but is catching up to Axberry.
The difference in accuracy, it's fading. Kissoff is dropping 200s and 300s left and right. They're tied. Oh no!
Oh!
Kissoff drops Tenchi. Tenchi has to capitalize for the next 300 judgments here.
Yeah, Axberry is not very happy with that break. Probably Tenchi is just looking pretty comfortable on this map right now. Ever since he had that unusual start, we're just seeing this map being played into Tenchi's hands. It's really all just depends on how Tenchi can finish things off with this map. These inverses, everybody can hit. Both of these players can hit them correctly.
The last 20% of the map, and this is the only like short break we're gonna be getting on this part, and we're back to the semi-inverse, and here we go. The accuracy lead has swapped over significantly since the drop, 0.16, 0.17%, and Tenchi has just had to hold for the last sixth of the map. Unless something extremely heartbreaking happens at the very end, I believe Tenchi's got this. It's just like... Okay, I think we're good. Tenchi tying it up once again, and it's 5-5. Holy, this match has been a roller coaster. Are we going to see a tiebreaker for it? What do you think?
I don't know. We'll just have to see. But it really does suck that for Axberry, he really had it right there. It's just that if he was able to stay, because if he probably had that FC, I mean, it probably would have made a slight difference. But looking at the chart, I mean, it was just Tenchi just looking really comfortable with that FC, which is very impressive. And with this in mind, this is now a best of three match now. And with this in mind, the question may be asked is that okay, what map is Xberry going to choose now? And especially for Tenchi, what map is he going to choose next? It's clear that like, well, there's no more LN maps. There's only Hybrid 1. So it's either Hybrid 1 or the Rice map, pretty much.
I'm not sure either, dude. I think hybrid is the most likely option. At least there is long notes. Tough call, honestly.
We'll just have to see as the next it's going to be well, I Tenchi did mention about Hybrid 1, but I don't think this is something that Xberry might be picking, or maybe so. I mean, time is ticking, so
He's thinking really hard. Pork, I got a beer, right? Could you take over for me?
of course. Okay. So meanwhile, while we are still waiting for Axberry to pick, on the other side of the match we have Silicosis. Okay, so the breakpoint that I initially mentioned about Kuro taking the first point off of Kuro, Silicosis, that was actually wrong. Silicosis actually ended up winning that map, as it's going to be 4-0, and ever since then, Silicosis is just playing very well on this map. Oh, as I said that, match over for 4K19. Silicosis will defeat Kura by a sweep 7-0. Congratulations to Silicosis for advancing to the conditionals loser semis match. I will bring up the challenge. Oh, never mind. I will bring up the challenge up pretty shortly, as I think now we are going into Rice 6. So Rice 6 is going to be up next. I don't know if I actually like this one. I mean, it's kind of like, I think it's text or mixed rice. I don't know if this is something that I think that Xberry should go for, but at the same time, I do kind of understand why Xberry wanted to pick this map. So, with this in mind, Rice 6 is next, and as I need to mention again, congratulations to Silicosis on winning. And my Chrome is being not good right now, so I'm gonna have to wait until it's loaded up. But however,
Yes, Rice 6 is tech, I just checked.
yeah, so Rice 6 is next. Xberry going with tech. I think this is supposed to, I think he's really trying to throw off Tenchi for this map, but it's going to be interesting to see how will both of these players will do, as basically a lot is on the line for this match. Whoever wins this match will take on either KM Puddles or Simon Genius 75. Meanwhile, Silicosis will take on either the winner of Anocious or Boji, pretty much, as we are getting into Rice 6. And speaking of, I believe that match is happening in about 10 minutes. So whoever wins that match is going to take on Silicosis for match 4K20. So that's going to be interesting, and we should be able to get that match to you almost after this match ends, depending on how everything will go in the end. But right now, as we can see here, both interesting starts from both players right now. It is Tenchi finding a slightly better start over Axberry. And this is your average link map with about 152 seconds of runtime. But oh, we do see Tenchi finding a break. But Axberry will find a straight back, but Tenchi finding a much worse break on that section, as we do see Tenchi struggling on those staircases right there. This is going to give an edge for Axberry. Okay, now that I see this map, I don't know why Axberry wanted to pick this map. It just makes a lot
Yeah,
of sense.
now you can see why he picked it, right?
Yeah. So basically, we're just seeing Axberry looking pretty good after that initial break. She's trying to catch up. I mean, we have seen this before, but with the average length, as we are already halfway there with just about 875 to 80 seconds left to go, I mean, it's going to be tough for Tenchi if he's. And oh, both players are now struggling, but Tenchi still struggling to find consistency on this map. It's going to extend that lead over Axberry. Now, unless if Axberry significantly collapse on this map, I mean, this looks like the map is already finished, as Axberry.
Not over yet, Pork. Don't give him that.
I mean, we both have. I mean, one thing I do know is that I do know like what are these players both strengths and weaknesses, but essentially, you know, I mean, has significantly improved on his race. That's all I will say. But when it comes to facing a guy like Axberry, I believe he's Rice guy, if I remember correctly. I don't remember if he was also an Ellen guy or something, but I remember he was really, really good on Rice from what I've seen so far. And
Okay,
when it
what
comes,
is that score?
oh,
30,005 points difference.
I mean, it's nothing too significant, really, but nonetheless, this is Rice 6, as Tenchi is now up to take the final pick of this map pool. And well, now
Potentially. Well, it
hybrid
is the last
hybrid
pick.
one, yeah, hybrid one
Here
is
we
going to be
go.
up next, as um Tenchi is looking to try to break Axberry's undefeated hybrid map pool streak of being 2-0 in favor of Axberry. So Tenchi, I mean, considering that it's hybrid, and I do know I also remember Tenchi is a very good hybrid player. It makes the most sense that he does want to go with hybrid one. But
There's no other option for him, honestly. It's like you're backed against the wall, and all the choices seem bad, except this one you feel like you got a chance.
yeah, I mean, race 3 stamina map, race 4 mixed. I don't know if this is something that like Tenchi would want to risk against Xberry, so he's gonna try to go with a map that he might seem to have that might seem to give him the best chance of winning, and I wouldn't blame him. But here we go into Hybrid 1. This is a pretty short map for what it is, 1 minute and 52 seconds. So consistency is going to be really crucial. Just even a 200 could potentially hurt you in the long run. As we do see, Xberry finding a drop this early. This is going to be interesting to see if Tenchi can now hold on to this Hybrid 1 map.
160 BPM seems slow, but then you realize there's a lot of different things going on here. You're doing semi-inverse on one part, you're doing gluts and bursty broken streams on the next part. It's a mixed match of everything, and it kind of trips you up so much that an early drop is warranted. But if you do want to drop, you want to drop very cleanly. Like actually, he didn't drop that bad. Look, his accuracy, it's just under 10 sheet, even with a miss.
Yeah, so I don't think Tenchi should relax just yet. Tenchi struggling on that LN section right there. This is going to be interesting. I do think Nerves is starting to hit Tenchi right now, but it's going to be interesting to see if he can hold on. But Axberry's accuracy was just increasing, but has dropped. So now it's going to be interesting to see how will the finish will go. Will we see a tiebreaker, or will Tenchi somehow lose this one by ratio? Oh,
No!
Tenchi!
Tenchi!
And Tenchi is going to lose that full combo, and the stamina, the fatigue is just already hitting Tenchi. Xberry was playing with his own strategy, and even though it was a bit wonky, in the end it just worked out in his favor. As the score is officially 7-5, and he will be moving on to the conditional semifinals match. Whereas for Tenchi, you just gotta feel bad for him.
That
Tenchi,
was so close! Oh my god!
you can just see the difference right there too. I mean, uh,
The ending is literally the only thing that mattered there at that point. It could
I
have gone
mean,
either way.
look at this. Tenchi has the better 300s, barely, but Axberry had a much better 200 count, and from there, everything just worked. Was in favor of Axberry, which sucked because it looked like throughout the whole map, Tenchi looked like he was the best. He had it right there to force tiebreaker against Axberry, but in the end, he just really couldn't hold on. Couldn't hold on to his full combo, as it's just going to be it for Tenchi's PHNM run. And I know if you're Tenchi, you're really disappointed with the result, but honestly, I'm not disappointed by any means. And Tenchi has been a player who I had the chance to watch from last year to this year, and like I mentioned last year, it just seems like I was watching a much different player who has learned a lot over a year. So I just want to say, Tenchi, you know, hold your head up high. You have done an amazing job, and
Your run was really good, dude. Honestly.
And you've significantly improved a lot. Whereas, you know, there's just only a ton of expectations coming to you, but all I can say is that with more expectations, you're only going to get better from here. I cannot wait to see what you can do for the future, whether if it's 4DM 2024 or if it's PHMN 2024 too. We'll see what happens. Until then, thanks, Tenchi, for coming out.
We love you, Tenchi! Thank you!
As for Xberry, congratulations on your win. Best of luck to you against either Puddles or Diamond Genius 75.
I really think that's gonna be a great match to watch.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting match to watch, as that match is going to be tomorrow at 15 UTC at 3 o'clock, apparently, I believe, in Philippines time. So that's going to be interesting. But meanwhile, it's going to be 2 minutes until our next 4-key match between Inosius versus Boji the Rock. So we will either end the stream or we're gonna take a small break.
Yes, we're gonna do a streamer change, I'm pretty sure. And,
no, it's
I
no
think?
stream.
Or no more?
Nope, no stream, apparently.
Alright. That's kind of sad, actually.
Alrighty,
Alright, so we'll see the next match in an hour. No, pork, why? Ow! I can't, that hurts. I gotta go there.